All right, guys, welcome back. Today, I'm going to walk you through all the steps needed to turn this to this using only a few tools. You'll need a circular saw, an impact with a T25 used to secure these 3.5-inch wood screws and these 2-inch wood screws. You'll need a speed square, a pencil, a tape measure, and a level. These are 96 by 48 inches, so 8 foot by 4 foot. I want 3 8-foot by 16-inch chunks. I'll make my first mark here at 16 and then make another one at 32. The next step is going to be to take my chalk line and then pull it from one 16 mark to the next 16 mark on the other end. Again, these will sit on the frame member, so if one side's up to, a 1/4 inch or 3/8 inch short, not the end of the world. All right, next step, I'm going to slide a board underneath it so my saw isn't cutting too far through and hitting the concrete. So let's go ahead and cut these. I'll point out to all of y'all that I'm cutting these by hand rip cuts with the skill saw for demonstration purposes. But if you buy these at Home Depot, and I think Lowe's too, you can have one of the employees cut it for you on their big panel saw. Just tell me what, 2 16s and then whatever the last one is, 15 and 7/8. You won't be a full 3 16s because you're losing a little width to the saw blade. But that's just a nice little tip. They will cut those for you. All right, congrats are already in order because by cutting those 48-inch sheets down to 16s, you've knocked out the most difficult part of all this. Next thing I'm going to do is measure up, make a few marks where I want the height of my shelves. Obviously, as you can see, the drywallers left pretty obvious marks where the studs are. That only helps, so let's get into it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to this corner because our shelves won't go any further than here. I like to leave a customer little area up there to store brooms or pieces of pipe or wood, anything tall and skinny they need to store. It also allows any garage door techs to work on these photo eyes a little easier. So I'm going to mark down from the ceiling 24 inches. So there's 24. And then we want 48 for the next one. And then 72 for the next one. So those will be where the tops sit. So for each one, it'll have a 3/8 inch board for the deck that'll sit under that line. And then 3.5 inch next to the 2x4 framing member. So I'm going to measure down just to be safe about 4 full inches from our mark, put just a line. Okay, so a little explainer. Our 16-inch wide 8-foot sheets will sit on a frame made of vertical 2x4s. So it has to cover that 1.5 inches, right, that it sits on, and on the other side, that's 3 inches. So the 16-inch span will only need a 13-inch cross member underneath it. So I'm going to cut a bunch of 13s here. I'll probably cut a dozen plus 13s. This is going to be done the way I like to do it. Some guys might measure every one. I'm going to cut one that I know is perfect and then use it to mark all the rest of them. So now I take my guide block, flush it up at the end here, mark it, cut that one. I'm going to be doing this for a while, so after this one, I'll just time lapse the rest. We need about 12 of them, so let's count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. That should be about enough. One thing I wanted to point out to y'all is that if you're not real well with the skill saw, take your time, wear eye protection, watch your fingers, be careful. All right, guys, next step will be to take some 10 by 3.5 inch screws. These are the kind I like to use. They're made by Grip Right. Again, I'll put a link. We want to attach the sides to the backboard that'll be against the wall. Because if you attach this first, you can't get behind this to drive a screw in. So on both ends, we're just going to attach with one screw. Plenty good. That's not quite flush, but for what we're doing, rough framing up some timber shelves, that'll be just fine. If you've made it this far, number one, you're making progress and you can absolutely get this finished. And also, if you've made it this far, consider liking the video, maybe subscribing to the channel. I put videos like this up for you guys all the time. That line at the bottom is where we want it to sit. So we're going to come over to this nearest stud over and put a screw in somewhere that we can we can tell just by eyeballing is a little lower than our mark over there. That will allow us to set the shelf onto our mark and bring it over until we're sitting just on the mark over here. How far you are off this wall doesn't really matter at this point as long as you match it with the next one. So let's sink a screw in there. Now that a level's been placed on there, I'm gonna bring it up to level. Perfect. Now we'll go down here and do it again. We're tight there. So for now, I'm just gonna do the two that go above this and we'll see where they land. What we've ran into here is our 48 inches down mark puts us about 1.5 inches into this AT&T box. So we're just gonna have to pivot on the fly and go 46.5 to the bottom of the frame member. So by the time you add 3.5, that'd be 43 plus 3/8. So 42.5 will be our top deck on this one. So we put a mark here and just a line here. 46.5, 42.5. We'll cross these out so they don't confuse us later. And we'll put our marks at 42.5, 46.5. And we'll do the same thing here. We might real quick measure the length of this one and see how much we're gonna have to cut off to go around this breaker box. It looks like if we cut that one to about 81.25, that'll be fine for us. And then remember from earlier, we're gonna attach our two cross blocks. We're gonna take our shelf deck, set it on there. Little extra step here, I'm gonna take a level and make sure that these come the same distance across. And there it is. Bring it down to our desired height that we decided on. And sink a screw in it. I don't know that that one hit a stud, so I'm gonna put in another one right next to it. Get it perhaps a little more of an angle. That one we know hit a stud. And now let's adjust the height of this one. Find level, which looks like it requires us to just come up just a hair. Perfect. We felt that one hit the stud, so we're good there. Now we're going to try and drill it quite an angle to try and catch this stud. You want to be careful doing this because there's a good chance there's wires ran up through here, but I know I can tell by looking at the box exactly where the stud is, and I plan to hit just the stud. Same thing on the next one up. I won't bore you with the details. I'm just going to repeat the process on time lapse. Now I'm going to put an 8-footer on the front of this bottom one, cut a couple boards to the same 81.25 we did with our back, and put those here. And then we'll put the corner leg on and work that way. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a little holder screw down here. Plenty good enough. The way the screw attaches these two has this board right here pulling in. So as I screw it, I'm going to fudge it out with my hand so it lines up flush on the end. Make sure everything's good and square. That's pretty well perfect. I'm going to cut two of them to 81.25 and do the same thing to these two shelves. So here we go. Now I'm going to put on the left leg, which is a little tricky because it involves plumbing the board that way as you go. So what I like to do is I'll get the board where I know it's plumb up and down. It looks like it's right there. That already looks pretty good. I was looking to see if any of these stuck out too far past it, but they really don't. That looks good just as is. So I'm going to let it rest for a sec. Get 3 screws. So I can tell looking at this level, this corner is hanging low, which of course it is. Gravity's pulling it down. So I'll put this board back where it goes, flushing up the end here. I'll start a screw, maybe a little high, not in the middle of the board, but a little high because we know it has to come up. Start a screw, and then I'm going to lift here until we're plumb. Perfectly plumb. Now that that's there for a reference point, we can do the same thing with the other two. That one already sits pretty much perfectly plumb, which you'll get a lot of that. So now what I'm going to do, before I screw it on, is I'm going to plumb this board this way. That's about perfect right there. Double check this way one more time. Perfect. Screw it off. Now just do the same with the top. It's not good, not ideal. Alrighty, next step, I'm gonna put the guard all the way down, and I'm gonna go up here and do my best to cleanly cut that off flush. So here we go. Okay, guys, if you're at this point, congratulations, because you have all the skills to do all of this. You're this far, you're rocking along. Rest will be easy. And I'll point out that I have to go around this breaker box and make these about 16 feet long. If you just wanted one bank of 8-foot tall shelves, you'd probably be done. You would just build that exact box, just like we did, 3 times, put both legs on, put the deck on, put the sheeting on. So what I'm going to do next, in my case, is measure from here to about this stud, maybe this stud right here. Give them a little room in here. And then I'm going to build that box, and bring this one over with another box to wherever that terminates. So let's get started on that. Okay, so I've cut these two to 66, which will put them right where we want them lengthwise, right on this stud over here. I don't know if y'all can see, but they'll be right about there. And this one is 66 and a quarter. It'll need to be just slightly longer to go across the bottom. So next what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the 13-inch blocks to each one, just like we did over here. So for these top two, I'm going to measure down exactly and see what our height is. Now I'll come over to this stud where we're going to end up ultimately terminating and go. What I can already tell is going to be a little low. Perfect. Hit a stud, no big deal. That's exactly what you want. We'll rest it there. Bring it over to right where we want it, not too close. We need this to be completely removable in an emergency. And we'll start a screw, and I'm going to try and sink it all the way into the 2x4. I don't think that hit the 2x4, but I'm going to level it, and then we'll adjust it because we have to have it finding a stud. Bring her up to plumb, or bring her up to level, I ought to say. Also didn't find a stud. Need more angle on that one, I guess. That one found a home. And now that we're level, this one needs just, honestly, even more angle. I'll drop that one that missed. Make sure we're still level. Perfect. That one found a stud. Same thing here, find a stud. So we'll do the exact same thing on this one. Okay, guys, we got all the boxes up. So now I'm going to cut more of those 66s to put right there. And then one more 66 and a quarter to put in front. We'll stitch them up, and then we'll really be in the home stretch here. Again, if you've made it this far, consider liking and subscribing. Additionally, if you've made it this far, you should be proud of yourself because this isn't a project that everyone can knock out. And if you've made it this far, you definitely have the skills to build pretty well any customization of garage shelves. So let's get those fascia boards cut. All right, you guys know the drill. We'll put our little hanger screw in on each one. Not a big deal. I really hope that this helps someone eventually tackle this exact project on their own. That would be the best thing in the world for me. I like the views and, you know, a little bit of ad revenue trickling in. I like the subscriber count going up, but people leaving comments saying this helped them tackle something they've been wanting to do on their own. Gave them the confidence to get it done by themselves, saved a little bread, hiring a contractor. That's the most important thing in the world to me. It really is. I mean, that being said, I'm not mad if y'all want to like and subscribe. So now I'm going to add legs here and a leg on the end. And those legs will be what support the vertical weight and hold these exactly plumb. As you can see, we're not quite flush here, and I don't love that, so I might spend some time addressing that. Oh, much better. Still not perfect, but much, much better. All right, this leg will be easier than the first one because that end is already at the exact height we need it. So all we need to do is plumb this front fascia board long ways and screw a screw in to the middle shelf. And then we'll swing the leg plumb this way off of that. Now, since that'll hold it pretty tight, we can go ahead and plumb the leg now. That's about right where we want it. Now I'm going to go to this one and do the same thing. This one looks like it needs to go up a little bit, if anything. So we'll get another screw started in that one. Bring her up to where the shelf is level. Bring on bottom. Start a board. Start a screw. This screw, there is no backing board, so this one will invariably stick all the way through and leave a sharp screw head in the back. I'll have to cut that off with my angle grinder. Lost the level, but due to my cat-like reflexes, I was able to catch it before it hit the ground. All right, it was rinse and repeat for this leg, that leg, and then I just cut the tops off. So now we're going to look at starting to put our sheets on. So that one fits just about right. We'll screw that off with 1.5-inch screws. I'll probably actually use 2-inch screws to tack it to the frame. And then these, the other 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, will all need cut to a new length. This will be the only true 8-footer it looks like. So I'll start working on that. So come from this end, find 66.25 inch, mark it. Same thing over on this side of the sheet, 66.25 inch, mark it. Draw from point to point with a straight edge here, just to make sure we're perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and cut that with a saw. Now we'll slide it into position. If you measured everything and took your time, it should fit just perfectly. And then we're going to do the same up here. This is 66, we know that. And so is that one. So I'm going to mark both those at 66 and then cut them. Fortunately, with these two shelves, they're long enough that I believe we can get a full sheet in there and then mark the underside for an exact cut. Now we'll pull them and cut them one at a time. And now with those two cut, we can lay them into place where they'll have their final sitting spot, their final resting place, if you will. And the next step, we're going to take our 2-inch screws and just tack it off all the way around. And then I'll do that all the way down with 2 in those corners. And then I'll do the rest on all the shelves. So there you have it. I hope this video helped you. Let me know in the comments if you decide to tackle this project yourself using this method, or if you've done something similar in the past. I appreciate y'all's time today, and I'll see you on the next one.